Hey guys, this is Brandon here from Broken Ocean Productions, and welcome to what I'm gonna call viewer request video number one. And the reason I'm calling it that is because I was kicking around the Ableton forum the other day, and I came across a post that really grabbed my attention. And it's interesting because about a day prior to coming across this post, I was actually doing this on my computer in Ableton. And the original poster wants to know how to save chopped audio clips as playable sounds. So, in other words, he has a sound loop, and there's a section of the sound loop or a noise from the sound loop that he wants to extract, put into a device or an instrument, edit it, add some effects, and play it with his MIDI keyboard as he would with a sound patch on a synth. So, the purpose of this video is to show you guys how to do that, and it's very easy and it is not perfect. I'm going to point that out right now, but it is a very useful tool and it's very cool. And like I said, I came up with some really cool patches just playing around for a couple hours the other day. So there's really not much that you need to do this. Really, all you need is Ableton Live. You need Simpler, which comes built in with Ableton Live, and you need just a few sound loops or music loops. So let's get started right away. And to the original poster, I do apologize if my explanations are a little off in this video, and I really, really, really hope that this video helps you out and answers all your questions. Um, like I mentioned before, I've been producing for quite some time now, a couple years, and I've never actually explained it. I actually just normally woke up, hopped on my computer, and to this day, it's still just like breathing. I just do it without even thinking about what I'm doing. So when I try to explain something, sometimes doesn't turn out the way I imagine it. But that's why constructive criticism is good. So let me know how I did, and I hope this video helps you. So enough of me talking about nothing. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to go ahead and open up Ableton Live. Go to a new live set, and then we're going to go over to arrangement view. We got our audio track, we got our MIDI track, and what we're going to do is go over to our live device browser. We're going to tab down the instruments folder, and then we're going to click and drag the instrument Simpler into our empty MIDI track. You're going to pull up something that looks like this. So here's our Simpler device. You got a sample drop zone. You got a bunch of knobs. You got your knob to adjust the starting position of your sample. You got a knob to adjust the length of your sample. You can loop your sample. You can add filters to your sample. And you can also adjust the attack, the decay, all this stuff. You can add LFOs, change the volume, change the pan, spread, and you can do all this stuff to the sample. And let me show you basically how to create your sound using this. So, wow, I just rambled on about nothing. So, all right, first step, open up Simpler. Next step is find your sound loop that you want to use. So, for this example, I'm going to use this one. Okay, so it's not too complicated, but obviously there's a whole bunch of different noises and sounds going on and different notes, and there's a lot going on. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to extract that first note from that sample or from that loop. So in order to do that, all you have to do is click and drag it into this drop sample zone. So click it and drag it into your Simpler device, and it should show up like this. So now when you play a note on your MIDI keyboard, notice that it plays the whole loop. Well, we don't want that. We want to isolate the sound that we want to create the sound patch for. So basically all you do is use these little arrows over here, and you zoom in, and basically you just isolate the sound that you want. So for this instance, I want to use the um, first sample or first sound, I guess, first noise. So I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that whole entire thing's highlighted. And now when I play it on my MIDI keyboard, it should sound something like this. Okay, sorry, enough playing around. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do, okay, so let's just do a quick recap real quick because I kind of got off on a tangent and I apologize. It's just I have real bad ADHD and sometimes I can't focus. Blah. Okay, no, but seriously, drag simpler into your arrangement, and then you drag your sound loop into your simpler device. You isolate the sound or noise that you want to play, and then now we're going to edit it. So, technically, we could leave it like this, and we can save it, and this can be our preset or our sound patch. But I'm going to do a little more to it. So, the first thing I like to do is adjust the ADSR, or the attack, the decay, the sustain, or the release. So, I'm going to go ahead and play a note. And it obviously sounds a little choppy, and it is going to sound choppy because you just took a music loop and basically chopped it. But don't worry, because we can turn up the release and turn up the decay. And now it didn't do much, but don't worry because all the little stuff adds up, and once we add some more effects to this, it will sound a lot better. So the next thing I'm going to do is adjust the spread, which is this guy down here. And this basically makes it sound a lot wider. It'll be hard to hear if you're just using your laptop speakers, but I have basically like surround sound in my little studio here, so it is really, really noticeable to my ears. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and add a filter to see what kind of sounds I can create. You got your low pass filters, you got your band pass filters, and you got your high pass filters. I'm going to try a high pass 24. Okay, so it's kind of hard to tell if you're listening to this video from your phone or your computer, but by adding the high pass filter to this sound, it changed it a little bit, and it kind of added a little bit more of like a low end sort of kind of, but I'm not going to explain that anymore. We're just going to move on because I don't want to make this video super long and boring. So, alright, so we isolated the noise that we wanted from our from our music loop. We added some adjustments here to our sound or our patch. And now when we play this on our MIDI keyboard, we should have something that sounds pretty decent. Obviously, it all depends on how complex your loop is that you're using. So you obviously might have a different sound, and it might be hard to shape it. But what we're going to do next is add some audio effects, and then that's basically it. So right now, if you want, you can go ahead and click the save button in the top right corner of this device, and this will save this whole entire preset. So basically all you do, go ahead, I'm going to label this trance synth, hit enter. And basically next time you want to use this, you go back up to your simpler and you tab down, And now here is all of the sound patches you got. So really quick, I just want to show you some of the other ones that I've made here. This one, I guess I called it Grouch Bass. So there's that one, and so yeah, those are the other ones that I created. And if you notice, there's a few things different that I did with these. And instead of using like a whole entire section, I actually, kind of hard to zoom because my mouse is going crazy right now. But I actually used one of the waveforms from one of the noises, and I used this loop button. If you are curious about the loop button, definitely let me know, and I'll show you how to do that. But we're gonna move on, just because I don't want to bore you to death, and I want to show you how to just basically finish your sound, and then you can play around with it. So, all right, so we got this so far, and now I want to add some effects. So we're going to go to our live device browser, tab down our audio effects, and since I want to create a trancey synth, I want to add some reverb. So all I'm going to do is go ahead and click and drag this onto my track, and I'm going to play around with these settings for just a minute. And let's see, let's turn down the size here. I'm going to turn down the dry wet just a little bit. Let's see, we'll do that. Let's see, turn the decay time up. I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit. Turn on the low, diffusion, down there. Do this. Turn down the stereo a little bit. Turn up the shape. Turn up the scale. Let's see, boom, ba ba boom, boom, boom. Turn this up. Let's see, diffuse. Do that a little bit. And now, so notice the difference. So that's basically it. You can obviously keep going on and add more effects. You can, make more adjustments. Right from this simpler device, there's a lot you can do. Like I said, you can add different filters. You can add an LFO. You can, change the pan. You can add glide. You can mess with the pitch, the filter. Like, there's so much you can do. And to the original poster, I really, really hope that this video helped you. And if you still have any questions and this didn't work out the way that you thought it would, please email me or just message back, and I will continue to work with you, and I will try to help you out more, just so you can get the thing that you're looking for. That's my goal here. I'm just trying to help everybody and teach everybody how to use Ableton and show you guys some cool tips and tricks. So if there's anything I missed, like I said, please comment. I'm gonna leave all my contact information in the description below. And yeah, I guess that basically wraps it up. Again, this is Brandon from Broken Ocean Productions, and I thank you guys for watching.